All this I love you, I love you, and I love you, and I love you. Then some difficulty arises, and the difficulty is so great, it extinguishes the light of your desire to be with this woman. Or to be with, I didn't know he was like that. So you're going to bring it on, I didn't know. Well, you see, I thought, and I didn't see. Maybe I was blinded by love. I didn't know he didn't wash his socks. I didn't know that he was lazy like that. I didn't know she didn't want to cook. I didn't know. Now you found out. Then what? There's some difficulty. Well, hell, I'm running out of this. Go ahead and run away from it. Then tell me you want to meet with God. You're a liar. You are a liar. You can't meet with the Lord of creation except you come through difficulty. And if you can't take some difficulty with one another, how will you ever approach God? Ain't gonna be no easy road getting to Peter at no gate. Even though that's symbolic talk, I wish I had time to explain it. You really lying to yourself. You don't want nothing that ain't easy. And that's why you quit everything that puts a challenge on you. You're back out of it. I came to the nation. Well, I wanted unity of black people. You did. You didn't know that there was a hell of a difficulty factor in that? You don't have no unity with black people easily. We are the most difficult people in the world to find unity with. If you want unity, you really want to bring out the best in your character. Did you hear what I'm saying? Now look, if you don't have the will to struggle, to overcome, then die.
That's right.
Get the hell out of it. Don't come back no more.
That's right. That's right.
Because you really don't want to live. You dead already. With this little punkish attitude. Life ain't easy. God didn't make it easy for nobody. You say, oh, Minister Farrakhan, your language. Forget about the language. You understand what I'm saying? You really don't want what you think you want. And that's why you run from everything. Once it presents a difficulty to you, you back away. You join the nation, you think it's going to be easy? No, white folk don't like us. Government don't like us. Parents don't like us. So what? Do you want it?
Yes, sir.
Then overcome.
Yes, come on.
Well, you know, he didn't smile at me. He shouted. He spoke to me. She spoke to me in a funny way. That's because you want an excuse to back away. You really don't want to struggle. See, you use all these things, and if we made it just right for you, you would back away even quicker. You want some sit-down religion. Do nothing religion. Don't have no challenge. Don't make it difficult. Don't upset white folks, Farrakhan. The leaders said, Farrakhan, for God's sake, don't talk about the Jews. We know what you're saying is right, but don't say it. Because the moment you say it, you put us in difficulty. We don't want no difficulty. We just want to pass the difficulty on to our babies. Let them struggle tomorrow because you're too weak and cowardly to struggle today. So you deserve what you get. Did you hear what I'm saying? You deserve all the hell that you get. And I hope God pours it on you because you should be dead. Because you really don't want to live. Life is a struggle. That's all it is. From the time the sperm left your father, it had to struggle in a hostile environment just to meet the egg. And even though he emitted from 100 million to 1 billion, most of them died. And even though he emitted from 100 million to 1 billion, most of them died in the middle passage because only the strong survived. But that one that survived had the will.
Had to wear.
It moved in a hostile environment. Said, I'm going to make this egg. All the rest is... Difficulty is too much. Let me see if I can back out of this. Too late. So they dropped dead in the middle passage.
That's right.
But you made it.
Made it.
You made it.
Yes, sir.
So you came into the world to struggle.
Yes, sir.
And now you run from it. A good fight brings the best out of you. Sometimes you didn't even know what you had until you were forced. They put you in a corner. You go, I don't want to fight nobody. I wish you'd leave me alone. But then when you're forced, you beat the bully to death. Then you say, hey, well, I didn't know. Then you become a bully after that, huh? See, it's bringing something out of you, but it's difficulty that brings out of you what God has put in you. That's all I'm saying. I think it took a long time to say it. I could have said that in 1 second and kept on going. Don't run from difficulty. God put brother in this. It's a challenge. You can overcome them crackers.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't, the fight will bring something good out of all of you. And it will make the white boy know, man, these are new blacks that we're dealing with today.
That's right.
We can't do the same old thing we used to do. We got to be careful. That's how you change white folks. You have to beat them, overcome them, struggle against their wickedness and overcome it. Then you see them bow. But they're not bowing because they want to. They bowed because they've been overcome. The lamb in the book had to overcome.
Had to overcome.
Look at it. You see that little lamb? He looked like he had been slain from the foundation of the world. He was a lamb, but yet he was a lion. He walked up to the man that sat on the throne and took a book out of his hand.
Come on now.
And when he began to open the seals, there was none that they said was worthy in the heaven above or in the earth below to open the seals. And the 24 elders, they cried because nobody was able. But when the Lamb took the book and opened the seals, then the elders took their crowns and cast them down.
That's right.
Why? Because the Lamb overcame them.
Yes,
it's a struggle, man. Even in heaven, you got to struggle.
Yes, sir.
God didn't make nothing easy. And if you really doubt what I'm saying, if you really love Jesus, you think about him. Here's one that you claim to be the only begotten son. Check up on what you say. He's the only. No one else. No other son. Just this one. And look what his father put him through. But if he did that to his son, what you think he's going to do to you? And then Jesus got to a point where he had to come and face death and the cross and all of that, and he didn't want to go through it. He wanted to pass the cup somewhere else. But the Father said, go on and drink it, boy. I'm with you. He was developing in him faith in his God, faith in his Father. How do you develop faith? You put the man in a trial and make him overcome. Don't help him. Throw him in it. Knowing that he's going to come through if he struggles. Then when he struggles, his faith gets stronger. His will gets stronger. Then he go on to higher and greater heights.